Hello, beautiful beings. I'm not starting over. I just recorded a video and accidentally erased it. Dudes are so tired. He helped me clean today. So, he makes me laugh a lot every day just because he's so cute. Okay, I'm gonna have my hand in the way for a second. So, I was just thinking about over 22 years ago now, I realized I was talking about the boyfriend that I had at the time. This boyfriend and I, we broke up and got back together a record number of times. And we were engaged a couple times. And I heard myself one day talking about him, and I heard myself saying, well, maybe, over and over again, trying to minimize, trying to stay in denial, basically, minimize and justify and rationalize his behavior so we wouldn't have to break up, so I wouldn't have to break up with him. I did that for over 6 years with that guy. Oh my gosh. But I learned so much, obviously. And ever since then, whoever I've been working with, holding satsang with, I used to sponsor women also when I was still going to AA. Holding satsang is so much like that also. But I would hear them saying, well, maybe, and I'd say, you may not like this, but this is something that I realized that I was doing. Every time I'd hear myself say, well, maybe, I was just rationalizing and I wasn't trusting. That's right. The bottom line is, when I'm saying, well, maybe, about somebody's bad behavior, making excuses for them, I am denying my own intuition. Yeah. Yep. So don't worry, it'll get louder. They're saying whatever the it is, they're trying to get, help us be aware of in our life. It'll just get louder. That looks different in a lot of ways, but it'll be, our attention. We won't be able to stop thinking about whatever it is that's up that needs our light of awareness shown on it. Okay, it feels like the full moon is I feel like I'm already feeling the full moon energy, but that really doesn't make any sense, does it? Because we just came out of the new moon, but I looked up last night and the moon is already half full. If people are talking about how it seems like time is going more quickly all of a sudden, it's very true. Even if the day doesn't seem like it has went by that fast, it seems like time is. And I did recently hear also that the earth is spinning a little bit faster than it was, but it's just, very minute, a very minute amount, but it's obviously had an effect on what time feels like here on planet Earth. The assimilation of time, they're saying. So I messaged with a man last night. It felt like we were having a really wonderful conversation. And when he was saying goodnight, he said, "Good night, hun. Have a really good evening. I'll message you in the morning." And I said, "Okay, great. Have a good evening." And he didn't message me this morning, but Moonstar called me and I talked to her about it. And I don't like the feeling of waiting for a man to message me, wondering, it doesn't matter really what it's about. If I'm thinking too much about it, I don't like it. And I need to balance it as quickly as possible. So yeah, I don't want any runaway trains. So we talked about it, and it's so beautiful because then after we got done holding satsang, when the thoughts, because if something's up, like this is up, there'll be thoughts that are automatically connected to it that come in. I cannot control what comes in, but I can control the amount of attention I give those thoughts and how I am looking at the situation when I am thinking about it. So when we got off the phone, how I was seeing it differently was not just this, this feels so uncomfortable. I don't like this feeling. I don't like the feeling of feeling like I'm waiting for a man in any way, shape, or form. And That's not resistance. That's just feeling myself, I'm off. I feel like I'm off balance, but I'm not really sure of how to gain that back in the moment. And so after we got off the phone, I mean, I've just been smiling about it all day. I didn't get a message this morning. I still haven't. But more than likely, I will get one tonight, shortly before he gets off of work at 8 o'clock, setting it up. Setting whatever up. No, absolutely not. I won't respond because I have already lost interest in him, because I'm only interested in a man that if he says, I'll message you in the morning, yeah, I'm interested in him if he actually does it. And not just one morning. If he says he's going to do something, he needs to do it. And that's where the thought was just starting to come in. Well, maybe. But it wasn't like, it didn't feel like, oh, I was thinking that. It was like the serpent mind, I call it, was coming in saying, well, maybe, he just had to sleep in because he did just lose one of his best friends. And no, I don't need to think any of that at all, because I said the boyfriend prayer. I said the make it plainly obvious prayer. Remove this person from my life if he's not here for my highest good. Make it plainly obvious if this person should be in my life or not. And I either believe that those prayers are answered or not. And I do. I fully believe it. And so that looks like not getting a message from this person, because he's not here for my highest good. It doesn't make him bad or wrong. It just means that I am divinely protected. And that's becoming more and more automatic as I'm shedding off the personal identity that was so hung up on a man messaging her. Yeah, I'm talking about the person I'm shedding off as somebody else, because that's not who I naturally am. It wouldn't, who I naturally am. Well, Papa G gave me my name, Mamaji, and that's the name that best fits my personal identity now, as I've been going through this ascension. And this woman, it wouldn't even cross my mind to entertain somebody that doesn't do what they say they're going to do. Once in a while, of course, people can't come through with what they're going to do, but when you're first, specifically even really just meeting somebody, isn't that when everybody tries to put their best foot forward? Yeah, so to be getting breadcrumbs from the very beginning, that's a huge sign to let go. Do whatever I possibly can to not think about, entertain, certainly not reach out and message. No, I need to let it go. And that makes room for what is for my highest good. And that will be just... And none, of course, I'll be thinking about him. Well, I'm talking about a romantic situation. Of course, I'll be thinking about him, but it won't feel like I'm waiting. It won't feel off balance at all. It'll feel life-giving, like it's adding to my life and not taking away from it. So, yeah. And when I said, make it plainly obvious if I should respond. And they're like, well, of course you'll know that in the moment it happens. You'll know how you feel, but I'm practicing this to not overextend with people, to not leak my presence power out unnecessarily. Well, there's actually no reason that I would need to leak my presence power out. So, but they showed me that if he does indeed message me later on, very close to getting off of work, it will not evoke a response from me. Plain and simple. That's how I live my life anyway. When people email me and they want to start holding satsang with me, I know right away if it's going to work or not. Because when they're talking to me and they're trying to tell me what they feel they need help with in their life, it's not evoking anything from me sometimes. Nothing at all. And so I know that, I mean, of course there's compassion for this person and we do say something, but it's not a full-on flowy back and forth satsang. It's there's nothing coming through for you. I'm sorry at this time. Definitely email me down the road a ways or whatever. But it's because this person is coming more from their personal identity the conditioned personal identity, more from an unconscious place. But that doesn't mean to say that inauthentic place, they're saying, from an inauthentic place, with some kind of motive or something, not even that they're aware of it, but okay, sure. So they gave me the example of somebody that I am not qualified to hold satsang with, that may be unaware that they have really deep codependency issues, and they just want our attention. They just want us to basically entertain them and, interact with us and feel our energy, but they're not willing to do any of the work in their life to help elevate their own vibration. So yeah, it's beautiful. With so much practice, we can definitely avoid the pitfalls, they're saying, of going too deep in with somebody that is actually not ready for any type of help, to shed the old no longer useful personal identity, that we've all been conditioned to be. It's not anybody's fault. It's how it's set up here on planet Earth. We forget and then we remember. Feels so good. It's so beautiful watching Moonstar learn how to channel, become more and more fluent in ancient, because I'll ask her a question and them a question, and I can see how, because for me it's been like that for so long, how her mind is automatically coming in and trying to answer, and so it just takes some practice. And she'll be like, and I'm like, your mind is trying to answer right now, isn't it? Or something like that. And yes. Or your mind was trying to compete with the answer. Yes, exactly. But then we'll both just stop. And she'll stop trying to think about the answer. And she'll let go for just even a brief moment. And then all of a sudden, the answer's coming in on my side. It's like getting it in stereo when somebody else can channel also. It's really beautiful. I had no idea that I would ever get to experience anything like this in my life. And Moonstar just gets so giddy about it. She's just so excited about it because it's so real, because I can see what she's thinking. Like the picture, everything. I can see what she's thinking. I'll say, oh, okay, I saw that your mind was trying to get in there at this point, but then you let go, and then the answer came in, and I said, and I was seeing, and we're laughing, and I said, I was seeing, and I'll start describing what I was seeing, and that's exactly what she was seeing too. Yeah, because then she'll be describing it. Yeah, it's very beautiful. And from going to not having any idea of even how to channel, to having these daily experiences is quite something. So I would never see, and the fact that this is up around this man yesterday and today specifically, is I'm very aware of the fact that I've just let go of combusting marijuana 2 days ago, and now this is up. Yeah, just something to replace the rock in the rock in the bush, right? Something to get my attention. Nope, I'm not falling for it. That's right. They're showing me that because, nope, I'm here. I don't need to give anything my attention. And they're showing me that when my divine partner comes in, and he must be coming at some point, because he's still on my radar, and it doesn't feel like something, like the concept of a divine partner doesn't feel like something that I need to try to shut off completely. It comes in and it goes out, comes and goes, just like every other thought. So they're showing me that when he does come along, I'm going to stay like this. And because he'll be like this too. We're just present and working on remembering how to stay present in our own natural state of being. So it will definitely add to each other's lives and definitely not take away from them. Yeah, they're reminding me something I was picking up from this person that I'm no longer going to be messaging with. I felt like he was highly depressive. And yesterday when he messaged me, he said that something, because he lost one of his best friends a week ago. And I was thinking all day, off and on, it feels like he's incredibly a very depressed person anyway. It didn't seem like it when I met him, but I was picking it up, and it felt above and beyond him grieving over his friend. And yesterday, one of the first things he messaged me was, I feel sad and I feel lonely. And I said, do you feel sad and lonely because you lost your friend, or for other reasons also? And he said that he has a tendency towards depression because of the trauma that he is still healing from. I don't know what that trauma is. And I was just like, enough said. I didn't say that to him, but I was thinking, yeah, that's very validating, because that's what I was picking up. And there's, you know, not a part of me, because I'm not in parts. I used to look at that type of situation and immediately, because I'm a healer, that's why I'm here on planet Earth. But my personal identity, of course, was, when I was living from that perspective, it wanted to help him. Oh, I can totally help him. I'll give him all my really good energy, and then I'll just, like, you know, I'll leave that relationship a shell. I can just see myself just dragging myself away, just energetically spent. I did that so many times in my life with people. Here, I can help you. And they didn't even want help. They just wanted my light. They wanted my energy, even if they didn't know it. But they weren't ready to do their own work. And, you know, there's a lot of that going on planet Earth right now. Do I want to do my work or not? And, you know, it's all right. People can choose whatever they want. So, yeah, I feel really, really good. Agents, is there anything else? Did we just fall off a cliff there? Did I forget something I was saying? Yeah, so when I was talking to Moonstar about it, thank you. It's hard sometimes to get my own mind out of the way, the thoughts that come in and try to compete with the answer, because I'm trying to remember, but all I need to do is stop trying to remember, and then it comes right in. I get it loud and clear. So I just bunny trailed again. I'm probably at the end of this. Yeah, so anyway, the message that I got loud and clear from Moonstar and the Ancients this morning was when about responding if he messaged me later, because I said, I just about guarantee you he's going to message me right before he gets off of work to set something up. And I said, what do you guys see me doing? And after a minute, she said, we see you not responding. And I was laughing, because that's what I was seeing too. Like, nothing. Don't do anything. So I talked to the Ancients more about that, because I don't want to ever play a game, because that would definitely be coming from the personal identity, from my mind, from trying to control something. And no, it just will not evoke a response in me. Yeah, coming full circle back around to helping people. Yeah, if it doesn't evoke a response, the silence doesn't need to be uncomfortable. It's presence. Dudes are sleeping now. Hey, sweetheart, are you ready to go inside? Huh? You want to go inside? Okay. Yeah, it was good to talk to you for a moment also, because I've had a lot of thoughts around going to the dispensary right down the road and getting some joints, but I'm not going to. I'm home. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to get out of Netza right now. And, yeah, I'm home free. Yeah. And I mean, Ocean, you totally hooked me up, because on the way home, thinking about stopping at the dispensary for joints, I heard you saying, like you did yesterday, day before yesterday, was, you quit smoking cigarettes. You quit drinking alcohol. Yeah. And later the Ancients reminded me that I beat anorexia. That one took me way over 30 years, but I finally did. And yeah, this is exactly the same. It's that addictive. That's the thing that's trying to eat my brain right now. It's that instant high. And that's an addictive thing. I don't need that instant high. That's not medicinal at all. I feel great right now. Yeah, I don't need to feel any different. They just reminded me of that horse with no name. got to feeling better when you're feeling no pain. And I believe they were talking about drugs in that song. All right. That's it for now. Dizer's ready to go inside for sure. This was Song with Mama G and the Ancients. We love you so much.